Good. So we started with mitigation theory, you know, mitigation theory, like, yeah, mitigation theory, and IC, right? So basically, like, I started off from the fact that yesterday, like, smart money looked to buy, you know, anywhere below the 50%, right? We established the fact that anywhere smart money always look to buy is anywhere below the 50%. So that means if I draw my fee off from this point here, I look forward to buying anywhere below the 50%. And that's why you see me have this red spot on my Fibonacci tool here. So after that, you know, all these areas are very, very valid for buys. You understand what I'm saying? Up to the one, from the 0.5 downward to the one, right? But there's something about the market. The market does not just start in from anywhere. Are we together? Follow me, and then you understand what I'm saying this evening. The market does not activate anywhere. The market has specific areas where they react off from. I was explaining it to somebody, and then I pictured it in this way. The big banks, right? The big banks, like the JP Morgan, are we following? They buy with like they buy with, like, let's say 5 million, let's say like 1 million lot size. So let's use that for example. And then why they are buying with 1 million lot size, they do something, they take other people's stop loss in that process, right? Like retail people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why they are doing it? For example, maybe during a very massive news, or maybe during New York Open, all this happen in volatility. So it's not just only to currency pair. The last blue camp I did, right? I actually I dwelt more on volatility, but this period I want to make sure I do this concept of currency pair so that people will really be aware of the fact that this thing works everywhere, right? Good. So with that being said, smart money look to buy anywhere below the 50%. And then when they want to buy, they have specific areas where they take off their orders off from. And that's where we call, institutional candle. Institutional candle, as the name implies, are the candles where the big banks leave imprints, right? They leave imprints to come back to take those places. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, for example, you are going somewhere and then you drop your phone at a particular spot there. And then while you are coming back, you are coming to take your phone and then you are moving on. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in every structure, whether an uptrend, do you understand what I'm saying? We have two things that are very, very eminent and important, right? We have number one, institutional candle, and number two, imbalance, right? I want you to note that in your book. If you have a book, if you don't have a book or writing material, trust me, you are not here to learn, you're just here to observe. So like I said, two things are very, very important. Number one, institutional candle, and number two, imbalance. So you could write that down, institutional candle / imbalance. Let me type that. Institutional candle and imbalance. So these are areas where the big banks, the smart money, the large banks always take orders up from. I used to say something: don't be afraid, don't rush, don't surprise has started. The movement has started. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, like, what does it mean when smart money is creating an higher high and coming back to take the price off from a particular spot and moving back, is what we call mitigation. Do you understand what I'm saying? When we say mitigate something, mitigation means like coming to take a particular order that the big banks has actually left, right? It's actually what the big banks trying to take their orders that they've left. So, but in doing this, you understand what I'm saying? In doing this, you would observe that in areas below the 50%, do you understand what I'm saying? There are some areas that the big banks always create. They create some patterns. You understand what I'm saying? They will create some patterns. Let's say like this is, this is this area. Let's imagine I'm talking about this area. Look at, pay attention. Let's say this is this area. I want to put it down here. Are you following here? This area here. I want to put it down here for you to see, so that I will make this very, very teachable, so that you all will understand this. We've established the fact that smart money buy below the 50%. So around this area, around the 50% area and below, we would see patterns like this. Observe this and understand this. In an uptrend, we see patterns like this. Something you must understand is that this is our candles. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then we call them equal lows, right? You all know equal lows or support. If you know this support and resistance, then you are really good to understanding what I'm saying right now. Now, for example, this all happened in a particular area. Now, let me make you understand something. All time zones work together. They work collectively. For example, this is London open, forming this pattern. This happens on liquidity, on volatility as well. This is London. Around London open for us is the same time with Nigeria, right? Maybe like on Monday. Around this side, I'm talking about this area. I'm just trying to represent it so that you get it very fast, right? Now, look at this. London can create this type of pattern, an equal low around this point here before it went here. But before before we know what, do you understand what I'm saying? London can just, or New York open, you understand? New York open is around 3 o'clock, or sorry, around 2 o'clock, right? It's around 2 o'clock. London opens around 8 o'clock. Price is creating liquidity, what we call liquidity. Price is creating liquidity, price is creating support and resistance. So New York open will just come and then take out this liquidity. Do you see what I'm saying now? They take out liquidity, and then, when they take out this liquidity, what they are trying to say is that all of you that are buying in this area, we are stronger than you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Imagine, for example, you are trying to buy from here, your stop loss is below here. Because whether you like it or not, liquidity means stop loss. Do you understand what I'm saying? Liquidity means stop loss. Support and resistance means stop loss. If you don't know this today, know it. Support and every area you call your support and resistance are called stop loss. And well, stop loss means is money. Good. So pay attention to what I'm saying now. So basically, when this happens, when they create this type of pattern around this, below this 50%, they take out this with this large candle. And when this happens, they will break structure. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now you can see how they break structure to give us an higher high. Yeah. So when this happens, smart money, like I said, we always come back for this candle, because whether I like it or not, they did what I call is buying and is selling. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, what happened was that this candle that you see, this large candle, is in drawdown. Let's say, for example, my name is JP Morgan. I'm JP Morgan trader. I'm a floor trader of JP Morgan. Everybody have been buying here, and then I came here and sold with like double or triple of everybody. I sold. You know that I have the control of the market by that, because I've sold to take everybody out. And hope you know that when this happens, are you following what I'm saying? When I sold and I take everybody out from here, what I will do as well is to buy again for me to push price to create an higher high. Are you following what I'm saying? So when that happens, that my sell position, hope you know that it's only big banks that can hedge. You know what hedge means? They are selling and buying at the same time. Imagine like they sold with 1 million lot size here, right? You know that when they sold here, if they should buy, do you understand what I'm saying? Because you will see this buy will be so massive. It will, how you know the big banks are in markets that you see that buy will be happening in a twinkle of an eye. It will be very fast. And when that fast approach is coming, they will create an higher high. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can imagine like smart money is in drawdown. The big banks are in drawdown, meaning that that sell position that they opened is in negative. So what we are doing as smart money trader is like we are approaching the markets to come back to help to join the big banks when they are coming to close their position. Do you understand what I'm saying? For us to take the market continuously. So what that means is that when they come back to mitigate off from this 50% and below, we would continue this market from here and started taking it up again to the new higher high. That is the goal. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, can you drop a 1 on the chart? Everything I just explained right now, if it's so clear to you, I want you to drop a 1 on the chart. If it's so clear to you, I want you to drop a 1 on the chart. We are going to go to the charts right now for us to see what I'm saying. Right. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So basically, like I said, when price is trying to create an higher low, right? When price is coming back to this point here, smart money have done something before then. They've created this pattern, this institutional area. They've created this institutional area. They created support and they do this by themselves. Are you following what I'm saying? They create support and resistance for you all, for us to identify. Because if you go to a floor trade house, you get what I'm saying, all different type of traders are in that place. You understand what I'm saying? And then they know they create these patterns intentionally for we retail traders to really see this as resistance, right? Or support, I meant to say, and then declare liquidity. This candle is what? Is a candle that took out this liquidity. They were the one that took out all these people that are in what? A massive drawdown, or these people that are buying. And then this candle, like I said, is in drawdown. So they buy, you understand what I'm saying? They buy and then, they come back to mitigate this candle. So like I said, this operation is what we see around this place here. Are you following what I'm saying? So now I'm going to go to the charts right now and show us on NZD USD, show us on some assets for us to see what I'm just saying so that you understand. Okay, if I clear this stuff, it's going to affect my, what are they calling it? Now look at this family. Let's look at this area on the 4 hours, this particular area on the 4 hours. Are you following what I'm saying? Remember yesterday I started with, the structure of from the 4 hours, right? And I told you like I was going to explain this area. Now look at this family. What is this area? Let's start with the structure. Let's start with the structure. Remember I said Forex starts from structure and end with structure. Institutional candle is just something that is simple, right? Liquidity is something that is very important to spot, very easy to spot, because liquidity is what we will call it, you all call it support and resistance. Are you with me? Now look at this area here. Pay attention. Let's start with the structure of the market, right? Look at this. We have this lower low, lower high. Are you following me? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and look at this break of structure. Now pay attention to this family. Pay attention to this. I'm about to show you something that I just represented on, using the annotations, right? So basically, like you all see these patterns. This is what I call a support. Do you see this? Are we seeing this? When it quotes here, the price action bounced off from here, it bounced here, and it came back here and it bounced. But you see something, they took out everybody with this candle. Do you understand what I'm saying? They took out everybody with this candle. This was the candle that took out everybody. I need you to pay attention to that. Everything that are here in what are called liquidity. And I said liquidity is money. Do you see that? So what I'm trying to say is that when the structure broke, right? When the structure broke, you understand what I'm saying? It broke around here to give us an uptrend. But when they broke, right, there will be a retracement. Do you understand what I'm saying? There will be a what? A retracement, right? Or some of you all know it as correction. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when that was happening, like I said, smart money look forward to buying, right, below the 50%, right? So if I draw my fib up from here, fine, it is now an uptrend. You remember that, right? Because they've broken this structure. You see that? So now I want to buy. The market is about to buy right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like I said, if I draw my fib, I'm looking for what? So buying below the 50%. So anywhere below the 50%. So is it a guesswork? No. Why is it not a guesswork? Because of the fact that institutional candle and mitigation is what makes this a precision, not a guesswork. Do you understand what I'm saying? Institutional candle makes it a precision and not a guesswork. Are you following me? That is when I pay attention to this area, the previous area where the structure was. And you can see this area, liquidity was captured. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why we draw this straight line, you understand, to represent the fact that these were previous support, and then there was a massive candle that took out this area. Do you understand what I'm saying? A massive candle. If I go to the smaller time frame, like 2 hours here, you see that there was a massive sell candle, and at the same time, there was an impulsive buy at that point here. Let's go. Okay. Let me check the 1 hour to see that area. Now we all seeing that area just look like a week. It's just looking like a week because of the fact that smart money have come in. If we scale down to 4 hours, you understand? It's 15 minutes, you might not see that candle because they do these things sometimes very fast. In a twinkle of an eye, sometimes it's news that brings this liquidity capturing. Sometimes it is London open, sometimes it's New York open, sometimes it's Asian section. They do this to take people out. It also happens in volatility everywhere based off in a structural area. Are you feeling what I'm saying? They do this in structural area. So when this happens, they break structure to the upside and then they come back to mitigate off of that same area. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when they come back to mitigate, they are either mitigating off from the open of that candle or the 50%, or they can completely come and take their order. Now, what it means is, like, for example, this buy, they open a sell position up from here. Let me use my arrow. Pay attention to this. Area, right? Remember, it's not your account, it's not your $100 that move price. Are you following what I'm saying? So when they did that, price action took to the upside, and then hope you know that you are not coming here to look for selling opportunities here again because of the fact that, oh, you are very knowledgeable in smart. No, you wait, you calm down because the market has changed direction to buy. So when you wait, like I said, they can come back to mitigate. What that mitigate means to close this sell position that is in drawdown. Imagine you, as you are now, you sold from here, you are selling here, and the market is buying. You will be in drawdowns. Very true, right? Good. So the meaning is that when they took the market up here, they actually opened another sell position again. Oh, are you getting what I'm saying? To come and close the sell that is in what? In drawdown. They either come sometimes to close that sell in break even, meaning that they want to smart money, they can't lose. So sometimes they want to break the market, break even. Sometimes they want to come and what? Take partials or even take small money out of that sell. Sometimes they will just come and take the open of that candle, the candle that took out liquidity. That means this candle that took out all this old support area. Sometimes they will just come and tap off from the open and they will start reversing up to the upside. You see that, right? Good. So we've actually used this market as an example. Now, let me now show you off, because this operation is very fractal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I told you all, off from the 4 hours, when they broke this structure, they see another area around this side. Do you understand what I'm saying? They see another area off from this side here. You get what I'm saying? Where smart money look forward to, buying again from. Remember from the first class, from the first word I said, that smart money always look to reacting under the 50%, below the 50% in two major areas: institutional candle and imbalance. Now, I've explained institutional candle, right? So now look at this area here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I said, institutional candle is like the last candle that took out liquidity, right? The last candle that took out liquidity before the market broke structure. And then when market comes back, it will come to mitigate off from there and to react off from there. Now, pay attention to this area, right? When market broke structure to the upside, if you draw your fib, this area that the buy started is below the 50%. So it's a valid area to look for buy. So if we're here, you're like, oh, Francis, like, why is it that, oh, the market has started buying? You are afraid. You're already panicking because you don't know how the market moves. So imagine, for example, you started like, oh, the market started buying, and then you are afraid. You're already panicking. People have started buying your Telegram platform. Oh, buy NZD USDT. And look at all this area, you know that this thing is liquidity. So me, sometimes I might not put my own liquidity. If the person teaching you liquidity in this would actually make sure he helps you understand why all this area are liquidity, why smart money reacted off from this down candle. So like I said, smart money loves to buy below the 50%. So now this area, you get what I'm saying? I can't find anything like an additional candle. You understand? So when the market was coming back, I didn't see anything like an additional candle, maybe a candle that filled a candle that clears liquidity like this one. But what I can see here, I can see an imbalance. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can see an imbalance very clear. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can see an imbalance very clearly. Do you get what I'm saying? So this imbalance area is what I'm paying attention to. I marked this area, and then some money came to what? To react off from there. So now let me take you to this 50 minutes of this area. Remember I told you like 4 hours point of interest, 50 minutes break of structure, right? Good. So let's go to the 15 minutes to go and check for that area and see the same mitigation theory. We learn from it, and then we journey, and then we see this over and over again. Remember I said to you all that mastery comes with seeing what you learn over and over again. Remember I said something this morning. I said you can be wrong severally and still be what? And still make a fortune, because of the fact that you can't see all these operations happen 10 times in the market and still not make the best out of forex trading. Do we understand what I'm saying? You would get the best out of it, right? Now, this is the 15-minute point of interest. Look at this family. I remember clearly these were Asian lows. Do you understand what I'm saying? They created all these lows here. Are you seeing that? They created liquidity, and if you look at this area, see this candle, see massive. I think this was NFP. I remember this was NFP on, I think, last 2 weeks. NFP did this. Are you seeing what big banks do? NFP created this liquidity. They captured this liquidity. People were buying from here. Thank God, they started buying from here. NFP candle came and took out this area. So this candle is in drawdown, right? It is in drawdown. So it will always come back to what? To close this candle. You see that this was a lows. NFP came, both Asian, this consolidation, both Asian section, both London and both New York. You understand what I'm saying? NFP came during New York section, because NFP is always around in the afternoon like that, around 20:30. So they came, took out everybody liquidity, right? Everybody liquidity which means stop loss, and then they broke. So you can either play like the 50% of this candle, like this is the open of this candle. This is the open of this candle, right? It started off from here, but you can open off from this area. You understand what I'm saying? This is like the open of this candle. This is where they started buying off from. Some people will mark this area, like my mentor, he loves marking this old candle. I've noticed him. He loves marking this old candle. Do you understand what I'm saying? But me, I will just mark off from this body here, right? I mark this body, and then you can scale down to, putting your, wow, what has happened? Okay. So you can mark the open of this candle, right? Are you following me? You can mark the open of this candle, this body here, and then you can just draw your fib and mark the 50%, the stop loss below. The issue of having a very, what are they calling it? Now you can see like they reacted off from the 50% area, as the rejection started. Now, if your demand and what you understand that your stop loss will be below this area, right? Maybe like this area, this can be like a stop loss. If it's that your broker is a very, very wrong broker, do you understand what I'm saying? Like your broker has a lot of spread. Do you understand? Because me, I use Prosperity FX. I've sent in my broker to you all. Like that's what it's not that I'm a inviting broker. Not that I will, like when you join my own broker, you collect I will make money. No, you get what I'm saying. I'm just saying like the broker that I use. So if your own broker, you go and place your stop loss around this area, I'm sure some brokers stop losses would have been hit here because of their spread. So look at here, like I said, they mitigate off from this area and then it's bought to the moon. You can see that to the moon, to the moon, to the moon, and to the moon. Good. So that's the second example. Let me show you something from GU, right? Let me start from from the daily, right? Okay. You remember, anytime you come to a chart, the first thing you want to do is structure. Do you understand what I'm saying? Structure, right? So you all can see, GU has been falling as at this area, low, lower high, lower low, because if you observe this area broke below this area by the body. That's why you need your line chart to be sure of this thing. You understand what I'm saying? By the body of this candle. Okay. See this. You have to really, really do this. Look at this. Do we all agree? Sometimes just shrink it a little bit for you to see it, the information. You did it little, like, are you seeing that? So we just have to really be observant of candle. Obviously, even from here, even without the line chart, even this guy has even taken out, or has even come down low than that, right? So that is that area. As you can see this. So now pay attention to this area, family. You understand what I'm saying? Look at here now. Now, this were a strong area. People bought sold from here. Pay attention to this side. Then I come to this area and explain everything that you all are seeing here. You get what I'm saying? Look at this area here. This was support. People were buying, but people were selling. They call it selling. You all call it selling. People were selling off from here. But you know what happened? They came. This candle was a candle that took out everybody here. I took out this selling, this candle here, this black candle. So only smart money. Imagine how many days this candle was in drawdown. Just imagine. Imagine how many days. Let's say, I've sent the balance of those big bands before. You will see like minus something $1 million. This guy, and you will also see profit. Oh, you remember they are selling here. You understand what I'm saying? They are selling here. This candle, you understand what I'm saying? It's still in drawdown. So when they were buying back, you get what I'm saying? They are coming back to mitigate from this area to close that position from break even. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, for someone like me now, imagine, I told you all that this is our point of interest now. The area of mitigation has now become our point of interest because they took out this candle away. Now, when that has happened, the next thing you want to do is, you want to go to the 1 hour time frame, like I did in this area, and catch the sale. So before then, I've been taking the buys, like, you take the buys, and then one of the things you used to think, like, okay, when candlestick break structure, the sale don't finish, the buy don't finish. Did you get what I'm saying? So these are my markup, and then it's still there. That's why I just like currency pair. You feel me? So now look at this guy. From here, higher high, higher low. The same thing that I teach you all, higher low. See even this area mitigation, this imbalance, and the market start reversing up. Market broke structure here, evidently. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then took out liquidity. Some people will just draw trend line liquidity. See this area again. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing this area? So this is another type of liquidity again. Properly, they will teach you all liquidity so you understand. But what I'm just teaching is mitigation, where money always come to continue their orders off from. So people were selling from here, like when the candle bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. But yeah, they cleared everybody. It means that people money were here. Anytime you see me put red like this, I mean people stop loss has been hit. Do you get what I'm saying? That means people money has wasted. Now, what is so eminent now? What is remaining? What is remaining? This brother. Like I said, this brother is the candle that took out everybody. Like I said, they what they bought with, let's say like stop loss has been here, they bought with like, let's say 1 million lot size on GU. Do you understand what I'm saying? 1 million lot size on GU, and then they sold with 3 million to break price down, to break this low, to give us a new lower low, to inform us like our sell is going to continue. Do you understand what I'm saying? So see this, and it's already happening. Right? So this candle that took out everybody is in drawdown. Like I said, it came back to mitigate off from here. 5 minutes POI is also here. 5 minutes, these are point of interest. 5 minutes entry was here again. 1 minute entry is here again. That's how Forex is. It's a thinking, it's a mindset. It's simple like that. It didn't take me like 10 minutes for me to learn. I watch all these videos that you are paying attention to over and over again. Sometimes I'll sleep. Don't let me even talk about those things. We'll talk about them later. Let me just go straight to what I'm teaching now. So let's go to daily. I want to show you something on is it GJ? GJ, I think no, USD card. USD card. I will go to USD card now and show something now. So this is what is going on now. You know, me, I just did this, trend line for me to see what is going on here. Are you paying attention to? Now on the daily, you understand what I'm saying? Now I have for me, pay attention to what I'm saying right now. Approach your charts like a 1 hour chart. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your monthly chart like a 1 hour chart. Now look at this. Let me show you something. Is it monthly? I'll show you something I'm thinking about to understand my thought pattern. I hope I'm up, right? So let me just see your drop from 7.7 on this chart. Like we are really learning. All right. I don't know. My stuff is lagging now. All right. So, okay. Thank you so much. Are we still following? If you are following me, please let me know if you are following me. All right. So let me know if you are following. Okay. All right. So that's good. Now look at the structure. GU, lower low, right? This is the lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And they broke structure because if you check this area now, this structure is broken, uptrend. Well, what are we doing? We're catching the retracement. You see that now, off from the monthly, they see these big drawdowns here, from here to here. This was smart money can do. You understand something? This area. But let's check the weekly to scale down other block. Now look at this. Some people were thinking that, this is my support area. This area is very high probable. You're like, come on, this day I will buy it. So look at what happened. It took out this area. It took out all these stop losses, and price action is dipping downwards. You understand what I'm saying? But now, what is going on from the daily? That's why you see price action will be going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's working like a tree. You understand? So it's working like a tree or a ladder. So you see this, right? So I'm still very like, I really want to see what price action. I think, right? I really want to see what price action they're trying to do right now. So the daily is giving us lower low and lower high. The daily is still intact. Do you understand what I'm saying? The daily is still intact. So it's this week that we decide to us if we want to see this bearishness. Now, for me, remember I told you like weekly point of interest. You understand what I'm saying? 4 hours BOS. Now, this is the Did they clear liquidity? Did they clear the past time frame? Oh, my network is kind of very sluggy this evening. So you can see this is an imbalance up from the 4 hours, and then you can see that there were stop losses around this area. They were what liquidity around this area. You understand what I'm saying? The liquidity around this area. Now, this is my point of interest. This can do this guy. And then if you have not been writing something, write something now. When smart money takes out liquidity, you will only see that there will be imbalance in that area. Now look at this. Now this candle, you know what I'm saying, was a candle that took out liquidity. Are you seeing this? And then look at this imbalance here now. Can we see all these imbalances? This is one full impression that really smart money are in the bank, or they are at work here. Have they come to close this area? That's what is currently happening now. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? That's what is going on right now. Good. So this imbalance is where smart money is reacting up from. So now let me check the 1 hour time frame, or even the 2 hours time frame to check for a BOS nicely. And you all can see it's still bullish. You all can see it's still bullish. Clearly, it's still bullish, right? So what will make me not to, how will I think like that my area will be very probable is when I see a break of structure. And then when that break of structure happens, we are going to see a massive sell on GU for the month. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're going to see like a massive sell on GU for the rest of the month. Do you understand? So this is still bullish. Obviously, still bullish, right? So when this, breaks this low, right? When we see something like this, maybe something like this happens, like this, just be rest assured that it's time to start selling these bros. So the next one, which I will show as the last one, here's the card. Here's the card. All right, so this is just the card family. Now let me start off from the weekly. There's something I do basically, like I do a lot of rebranding. Like I start off from weekly. You understand what I'm saying? Weekly time frame is my, is where I start off from. Now look at this, pay attention to this family. Obviously from GU, from this guy, or from the weekly, then 2-line charts. The structure is clear. Is it not clear? We can all spot higher highs and higher lows, right? Obviously, this tells us that this low, this is the new lower low. This guy is the new lower low. So what will happen on the daily? We want to start see price working up, then start clearing down. So where is my weekly area? As you can see that this candle took out this liquidity. So basically, I'm seeing like, this is my area of interest, somewhere around this area, and I've marked up this area as my what? Liquidity area. You understand? So this is mitigation. We're trying to play mitigation here. Looking forward to mitigation. See that people had their stop losses around this area. You get what I'm saying? People were selling when the market goes to this side, sold, and then boom, took out this place and took out this area. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we call clearing the previous day high and hope and previous, higher highs. So that's one of the goal of smart money. So you get what I'm saying? So now they broke, and the price action is, has given us now daily. I started giving us a buying swing. You understand what I'm saying? High, low, high, low. So these are our point of interest. We want to buy USD card to see USD card going up. Now look at this family. I told you all smart money look forward to buying below the 50%. I draw my fib, right? This is my fib below the 50%, right? and then let's come down to this area. Let me show you some things from operations. Sometimes you can just come to the 4 hours time frame, see some of these things. You research on this area. Now look at this family. Look at this thing. Good. Well, liquidity area here. I told you something. Never forget that. How you will know that a mitigation area is very important is you will see imbalance there. Where is the imbalance? See this imbalance here. Look at this area. There was a trend line liquidity, a trend line area. Stop losses were here. Hope you know that, for example, before for when you trade support and resistance, when you see a trend line, you buy from here, palm, buy from here, buy from here, and look at here, look at your stop losses. For that area is still in drawdown. We mark that area. Currently, this is what is going on here. So this is just like my trade idea for this week. So now you can see. So what's going on right now? Who can tell me what's going on right now? High, low, high, break of structure, right? Do. So this is what is obvious right now. You see that? Where did I want to look out to buy this guy? Look at this area, this imbalances. Boom. You can wait for 1 minute BOS around this area and get like 2 pips SL, 3 pips SL. It's good risk to reward and what risk management. So imagine, let's say we buy off on this area, right? This is our SL here, and then where's our target? Let's say like the 4 hours area. Okay. Bros, you know they have to know. See this area now. Let's say we just have this intraday setup for Monday, something like this. Like this is a good risk to reward. So it's something that I'm looking forward to playing, right? So it's so simple like that. It's so simple like that, like you know, it's so simple like that. Like trust me, that is everything you need to understand. So you see all this area, I see liquidity area for me. Like I want to see price action, take those areas away. See that, right? So that's the way we think as smart money traders. We think, you see the way I started off from the weekly and then to the daily and then to my point of interest based off of, the structurals I teach you, right? And that's how we get to our destination today. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just explained to you what I love to see. You understand what I'm saying? Let me even show you EU. What I do is, even the DXY, the same thing happened. DXY is actually, DXY is the currency that helps us to know the movement of price of some currencies like EU, GU, and NZD/USD. So when the dollar is bearish, you want to look out for bullish EU, GU, NU. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then when the dollar is bearish, you are bearish USD JPY, just like how we are doing. So also the USD JPY, let me bring USD JPY and just show you off something daily. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or maybe weekly. I think I'm sure I've done well. I know I've done well. So basically, like, look at this. Break of structure. So we're looking forward to having sales on these bros like this. So check the 4 hours. The 4 hours of broken structure. Right. That was how we caught all these bros. Like, really want to. So I want to see price action. Give us some retracement up to this point and then sell continue. Do you understand what I'm saying? So USD JPY sells. GJ, I really want to see GJ. GJ might just do something like maybe break structure to the upside, but once I see that this structure does not break, if the way I think, right, if this structure, if this BOS gives me this mitigation and start selling here, you understand what I'm saying? That's fine. But if it does not sell, I believe like they want to come and take out this area. That's the only two things. They take out this area and then that break of structure must happen because as you can see, there's still a lot of imbalances around this area, obviously on the weekly. Are you seeing that? So this must happen. This, do you see that? So they will come back for that area. Are we seeing a lot of projection that we have? So this is the way we think. This is the way we figure out trade opportunities. This is the way we think off of institutional candle. It's not a guesswork. Are you following me? It's not a guesswork. It's something based off practical experience. You watch videos, you learn, you understand, and you know. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I believe if you watch this video over and again more than 3 or 4 times, I promise you, and you stay glued to your system, watching this, observing this, learning this, you won't remain the same. But if you are this type of person, you just watch the video, the next time you want to watch the video is maybe next week. Promise you, you're not going to make great mastery. Sit down with your system, learn this concept, understand it, and then your mastery is at its peak. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all for plugging on this call. And then, yeah, thank you. So over to Mr. Wale. I think I'm done now.